Perhaps the most interesting examination in the OET, or the most interesting subtest, is the speaking examination. And a lot of people are anticipating to take the OET speaking examination because it's going to be a role play. So is it any different when you're taking OET speaking on computer? Are you still going to have the role play? Is it going to be in the same kind of setting? We're going to find out in this video. My name is Brian, one of your lecturers here at 9.09er English, and today let's dive into the differences and similarities between OET on computer and OET on paper when it comes to the speaking subtest of the examination. Well, what you need to understand about the OET speaking test on computer is that it's not going to be done in front of an interlocutor, and you're not going to be facing a real live person when you're taking this exam. Well, you're still going to be talking to a person, but the test is going to be done via Zoom. So unfortunately, if you're expecting to have a face to face conversation with your interlocutor, it's not going to happen because this is going to be done via video conferencing. In that regard, therefore, it is very important that you have the most recent or up to date version of Zoom installed on your device because you don't want to encounter difficulties connecting with your interlocutor during your scheduled time. Everything needs to be absolutely clean, smooth, and ready when you're going to start with your examination. You have to get your microphone and your speakers tested beforehand, and you have to make sure that you have a stable internet connection because you might not be able to connect with your interlocutor if that's the case. When everything is good, you will have to join the meeting using the link that will be sent to you. And You have to wait for the host to let you in and join the meeting. The host is definitely the interlocutor. Now, in your OET speaking test on the computer, the recording begins right away. As soon as the examination begins, the test is already recorded. There are things that are not allowed at your desk while you're taking the test, so you make sure, and you have to make sure, that your desk is free from anything apart from the following things. Number one, you can have your laptop, you can have a clear bottle of water, you can have a plain sheet of paper for you to write on, a pen, and most importantly, your identification document, which is your passport, the one that you used to register for the examination. These are the only articles allowed on your desk. So basically, if you have anything else, these are disallowed and you have to take them away, keep them, and store them elsewhere, not on your desk. So what happens here is usually the interlocutor will ask you to do a 360-degree uh, view of your surroundings, particularly your desk and underneath your desk, and then right around the sides, just to check what you have on your table. So I think one of the things that you need to remember here is that it's best to use a laptop rather than a desktop computer, because if you're using the built-in webcam of your desktop computer, it might be difficult for you to give your interlocutor a 360 view of your desk and your station while you're taking the test. So a laptop will be able to allow you to show to your interlocutor what's around you. So that's one of the things that you need to take into consideration. You have to make sure you have a laptop with you. Okay, now let's proceed to the security check, right? So during the security check, your identification will be verified, and you will have to hold your identification close to your face or next to your face, actually, for verification purposes. Then, after the security check is over, your identity has been confirmed by the interlocutor. Then the roleplay cards are going to be shared with you through screen sharing on Zoom. From here on, the test follows the same procedure as the paper edition of OET. So you're going to have first the warm-up conversation, and then after the warm-up conversation, which is not graded by the way, you're going to proceed to the 2 role plays with 2 to 3 minutes preparation time and 5 minutes to talk to your interlocutor. Once the test is over, the interlocutor shall state that the test has ended and that you can leave the meeting room on Zoom. From then on, you just have to exit the meeting, and all you need to do is to wait for your results to be out in 16 working days typically. So that's actually pretty simple and very straightforward. I would have to say that the experience that you're going to get for OET speaking is going to be very identical to when you're taking the paper edition of the test. But the difference here is that everything is going to be done digitally through Zoom. So if you're a person who has number one, weak internet connection, number two, a faulty device or a very slow laptop perhaps, or number three, a very cluttered working space that you have a lot of items inside your room or you have a lot of items on your table, then this examination might not be the right one for you. You will have to make sure that you're in a quiet environment. You will have to make sure that you have a working microphone, that your earphones are actually also functional, that your desk is clear and free from any articles that are not necessary for the test, and you'll have to make sure that you have a working and up-to-date laptop with Zoom and the most recent version of which installed, plus most importantly a very fast internet connection so that you will not encounter any technical difficulties while you're taking OET on computer. Even if we want to take OET face to face with an interlocutor and we want to have a more genuine kind of connection with the interlocutor while we're taking the examination, this is not an opportunity that is given to you when you're taking OET on computer because it's going to be done via Zoom and that is not negotiable. You cannot choose to have your listening, reading, and writing examination computer delivered and then your OET speaking face to face. That's not going to happen. Everything is going to be done through computers since you have chosen the OET on computer edition. So think about all of the pros and the cons, the advantages and disadvantages of OET listening, reading, writing, and speaking on paper and computer before making a final decision on what examination you will wish to book for your OET. After all, it's your money, your decisions, or your choices. But you have to understand that there are positive and negative effects or consequences that you can get from taking one modality or one edition of the test versus another edition of the examination. So you want to really optimize your chances and improve your chances of getting a good score in the test. So choose the right examination. Probably watching this video over and trying to go over all of the things that I have discussed for the last 4 videos in the series will help you to understand better which one is the perfect fit for you so that you will not end up wasting your money. So again, thank you so much for watching and for sticking around and joining me in this 4-part series on the OET on computer examination. I shall see you in one of our next videos for OET, and hopefully you'll join me in our supplementary classes for OET that I will be holding as well. My name is Brian. I shall see you in the next one. Bye, guys.